There was a quote from Xi Jinping when they celebrated the 100th anniversary of the Chinese Communist Party a year or two ago, and Xi Jinping told the people, and it's in his speech, he said, we have to ensure that the whole world depends on the China supply chain so that we can turn it off when we deem appropriate. I mean, he actually said that. And their strategy is showing us exactly what they're doing anyway. We talked a lot about all of these new laws that they've put into place, like the PRC anti-foreign sanctions law, or the unreliable entities list law, or the China cybersecurity law, enabling the CCP to march into any company it wants and basically raid the place like they did at Bain and Company. And then right in front of our eyes, we're seeing this surveillance program underway, surveilling American citizens. I want to get your take on what Meta just announced. It just announced, the head of Facebook, that it shut down what's being called the largest known online covert influence operation in the world on Meta. This is Instagram and Facebook. Meta says it removed more than 7,700 Facebook and Instagram accounts linked to Chinese law enforcement. The campaign was aimed at advancing China's interests and discrediting adversaries. The operation impacted more than 50 apps dating back to 2019, Jonathan. I mean, if this is not evidence in and of itself of what the CCP is doing, so when you see all this hatred and this fighting in America, it's because of this Marxist thread partly coming from the CCP, if you believe what Meta just told us.
Well, look, I mean, there's no question that China and Russia as well, I mean, they're going to use every platform available to us. I mean, they're going to use their access to our own society to advance their interests and their narratives. And, you know, both of those countries see the information domain as one of the critical domains for broader conflict with the West. So, you know, it's not surprising to see this. And I think it's absolutely commendable to see what Meta has done here, taking it down and, you know, telling the world that they've done that. And, you know, it was on a whole lot of other platforms too. I mean, TikTok, obviously, and then also Twitter, now X, and Instagram, and a bunch of different platforms. So, so this sort of operation is something that I think reminds us that, you know, China is looking to advance an anti-American narrative. A lot of what they were doing was also in multiple languages, so they're targeting other countries as well. Also Chinese diaspora, I mean, trying to change the narrative among those that speak Chinese. And then certainly, you know, just using the platforms themselves. So it's a reminder that this conflict is going to be fought, you know, also by our companies, and certainly it's going to touch our companies in many, many ways. I mean, as in the Second World War and the Cold War, I mean, our companies are going to be part of this. So to see them taking this sort of action that is, you know, commendable for the United States to go after this, you know, abuse of a platform in this instance is very important.